Great fragrances for special events. This video idea came about, I was trying on the outfit that I was planning on wearing. I have an upcoming event in a few days that I'm going to be going to, and I thought, hey, what a good topic. Let's discuss some of the options that I think are great for special events, weddings, banquets, so on. And these are actually the fragrances that I'm considering for this event that I have coming. So let's discuss it. Stay tuned. The very first one screams of class. It screams suit and tie, really and truly. It's very sweet, very powdery, very floral. It's that beautiful waxy iris. It's Dior Homme Intense. A little bit more upscale to me than Givenchy Gentleman EDP, which I did wear on a date recently, but I mean, that could work here as well. I just find this is a little bit waxier, has a little bit more of that lipstick type of smell going for it because the iris is so waxy. This just smells a little bit dressier, a little bit more serious to me than Givenchy Gentleman EDP. Givenchy Gentleman EDP can dress down better, in my opinion, than Dior Homme Intense, and it's not the beast it once was with the, years ago old batch formulations, but I do get all of 9-10 hours on my skin. It isn't a projection monster like it used to be. The first 2 hours, don't get me wrong, nice bubble, real good scent aura going on around me, real strong trail, but after that it starts to sit pretty close to the skin, but never really goes away, never really becomes a skin scent all the way to about the 10-hour mark. And when I'm wearing a suit and tie, obviously I'm not spraying my chest because it's pointless. It's pretty much just 3 around the neck. And then depending on the fragrance, I'll probably go each shoulder as well, or potentially right here inside my collar on each side, because I'm most likely not gonna wear my suit coat the entire time. So most of the time I won't spray my suit coat. I'll spray right below the collar on each side, like collarbone line area. And I'm potentially gonna go with this one. Who knows? It's definitely in the runnings. That's why it's the first one we're talking about. Great for a suit and tie event, Dior Homme Intense. Now, those of you that have been watching me for a long time, you know this one's going to be in this video, so we just as soon talk about it now with Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme. Reason being, it's my favorite suit and tie fragrance. It smells of class, it smells expensive, it smells like money. It smells like the man. You smell like the man when you're wearing this. So good. It's resinous, it's warm, it's spicy, it's aromatic. It's a beautiful fragrance. Perfect fragrance for this type of situation, for a special event, a banquet, a wedding, a special dinner or get together of some sort where it's a little bit more dressy occasion. I mean, this is usually my go-to. When in doubt, my default option is Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme. So naturally it had to be in this video discussion because it's in the discussion. It's the first fragrance I thought of, even though I went with Dior Homme Intense first in the video. That's just where I put it on my setup. These aren't ranked in any way, shape, or form. It's just the 10 that I'm debating on that I think are great for a special event. And it's really hard to beat Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme. This is the front runner where it stands right now. I'm not saying it's gonna be what I wear because I do have a special event coming up on Saturday. But it's like I said, it's the front runner. There's a strong possibility I'll be wearing Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme. And if you haven't tried it yet, I urge you, try it. If you're ready to get a bottle, there's a link down below. You'll get a free gift by using the link. What are you waiting for? Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme. So I've really been digging incense fragrances a lot this past winter. And one of the better ones that's come out in recent memory is Meander from Amouage. The olibanum in this one's very prominent. There's a beautiful orris that gives a powdery floral nature to it. And it's still extremely creamy at the same time. And a little earthy, but not too much. And it's different, very unique DNA, really appeals to me. I know this had, a lot of hype when it came out, and for good reason. I haven't been wearing it that much because it smells so classy and dressy to me, and I haven't been in a lot of situations in recent memory to pull out fragrances like that, and that's why this one's in this video discussion, because I find this to have a certain elegance and class to it, a maturity. I love, love, love the olibanum oil used in this. It's very prominent and present throughout. It really gives it a strong character. This is an interesting scent. This is a conversation starter type of scent. That's why this one is in this video, because I'm pretty confident where I'm going, I'll be the only one wearing this. And that's why it's one of the front runners. These 10 are all front runners. It's really hard to decide which one, but if I decide I want to go with something a bit smokier, it definitely performs. We're talking about Meander, Amouage. So the absolute safest bet in this video, the most crisp and clean, is definitely going to be Armani Code Alist. So the name beckons black tie event, but there's nothing daring about this fragrance, because black tie events, usually you go a daring fragrance. I'm not going real daring, I'm going for the more professional, matured appeal. I do have some sweet options in this video. I do have a lot of floral options because I love floral. Floral screams elegant and class most of the time, especially with men's floral fragrances. But this is just a safe bet. When in doubt, you just want to smell clean, fresh, and inviting. Alist will do that. It's even fresher than Cologne, which I have recently featured in my designer spring list, which I did wear 2 or 3 days ago actually. Great fragrance. This one just really amps up that orange freshness, the citrus up top. It lightens up the scent without killing the performance. The tonka beans dialed back a bit so it's not overly powdery. It's just a very fresh version of Armani Code. Not as blue of a scent as Cologne. Obviously Cologne could work in this situation too, but I just smell like this is a little cleaner. This is a little bit classier take, if you will, without all the spice or the darkness or the heavy sweetness. If you really like Armani Code and you want something clean and safe, this is great for a special event. Armani Code Alist. Now as far as the leather fragrance I'm looking at, I got a stunner in my hand right here. This big, meaty, heavy bottle from Argos, Bacchus Immortelle. That beautiful, fruity leather, beast animalic. And it's a beast. Oh, it's a beast. This will get me some attention. That's one of the main reasons this is in the running, because it's such a beautiful, not overly animalic, but animalic leather that has that beautiful raspberry note. It's a powerful raspberry in this one. Definitely in the realm of your Tom Ford Tuscan leather, just on a much grander scale for quality. And I mean, it's beast is an understatement for the performance on this fragrance. It's so elegant and classy. Such a beautiful fragrance. Probably my favorite leather scent outside of Dior Homme Parfum, which is technically a leather scent, because the iris is dialed back and the leather is cranked up in that one. It's classified as a leather fragrance. Aside from that, I think this is my favorite leather fragrance, and that's why it's in the running for me to wear this weekend. And this is running a close race with Zaharoff's Signature Pour Homme for the lead right now, to be completely honest with you, because I haven't worn it recently, and this is the perfect situation to wear a dominant fragrance, a fragrance that establishes dominance. It's powerful. This smells of power. You know what I mean? This is because I'm not wearing a power tie for this event, so you got to have something powerful going on to really pull it all together. Bacchus Immortelle might just be the fragrance to do that, to get that point across for me, and one I suggest you try if you haven't yet. There's always a link down below. Get yourself a carded sample. Bacchus Immortelle. What about a nice oud rose fragrance? You know, one of my favorites that I have grabbed in recent memory. Is super classy. It's powdery just like I like it, because I like a good powdery fragrance, because that's not a powder bomb. Oh man, Dolce & Gabbana the One. Mysterious Night. It's beautiful. It is. I haven't tried Luminous Night yet. I haven't tried Royal Night. But as far as the ones that I have, the one flankers I have, it's definitely my favorite. It's definitely super classy. It's not overly medicinal and pungent. The rose isn't too in your face. It's very woody. It's got some sex appeal to it. It's powdery, it's classy, it's elegant, and it performs very well. Not a beast, but not weak or average either. It's above average performance without being overbearing and overpowering, which is great for an oud rose. Most oud rose fragrances, most now, are overpowering and overbearing and can be a bit much for certain situations, whereas this has got just enough to really reach out and grab somebody without being obnoxious and overwhelming somebody if they come into your personal area within a few feet to have a conversation. That's why this one's in the running as well. This one's got a chance. I still have a few days to decide what I'm going to go with, but as far as the ouds that I'm considering, this is the oud fragrance I'm considering for a special event, and one that I think is kind of a must-have if you like oud rose, if you want something different from Dolce & Gabbana. This limited edition is fantastic. I'm so glad I got this bottle. I don't pull it out just for anything. It's definitely a special event type of fragrance for me. That's why it's in this video. That's why it's in consideration for what I've got going on Saturday. Dolce & Gabbana, The One Mysterious Night. So those of you that know me, you know I don't just have one floral fragrance in this video. I had an iris fragrance. Now this one's a bit more oud. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said oud. I was just talking about oud fragrance. This one is Marigold Rose. That is the floral components of this fragrance. It's got some beautiful citrus and pineapple up top. Some of you may know where I'm going with this. My favorite pickup of 2020, Lamar from Kajal. This is a stunning fragrance. Like I've said before, it's pretty much me in a bottle. So good, because it's fruity, it's fresh, it's citrusy. Fruity sweet up top, watery, juicy. Floral heart, a little touch of sweetness and some woods, and a little hint of ambroxan in the background too. This kind of encompasses a lot of what I like about a fragrance in one bottle, and it performs. It's an all-day fragrance. This is a 10 to 12 hour fragrance. It's just reeks of quality, second to none with Kajal, Argos, Zaharoff, companies like that. They source the highest quality oils out there. This stuff smells incredible. I love this fragrance. It's not for everybody, but this is a very, very classy fragrance. Very classy floral fragrance that's got a masculine appeal. It's not an overly feminine type of floral fragrance. I really, really dig this one. And this is another strong contender for this special event that it's going to be hard to not reach for because it's so damn good, because I really enjoy this one so much. Like I said, it's my favorite pickup from last year. Out of all the fragrances I got in 2020, this took the cake. This nice gold trophy right here. Beautiful bottle. The bottle works just something different. But the juice inside of this bottle is what we're really talking about. And if you want something fruity, floral, woody, that doesn't smell like everything else, you need to check this one out. There's a link down below to get your hands on something from Kajal as well. They got discovery sets. I always urge sample first, just to make sure you like something, because these fragrances are expensive. I mean, this one's $210. Don't get me wrong, before the 10% off with the link. But man, this might end up being the winner, because I'm a sucker for a great floral fragrance. And Lamar is a great floral fragrance. What about something amber? Amber and vanilla, benzoin. You may know where I'm going. Beautiful, beautiful amber fragrance. Warm and sweet. This is my warm and sweet fragrance that I'm considering. Mason Francis Kirkjohn, Grand Soir. Another one that's a beast, compliment machine. Just such a good fragrance. Class. Not overly classy and overly dressy, but dresses up quite easy. It does have a strong elegance to it. Of course, this is another one that is extreme quality. I mean, not too many designer fragrances in this video, I understand, because when it comes time to put in the suit and tie and go to a special event, you got to show out. You got to show out. You got to dress to impress. And of course, you got to have the right fragrance to go with it. And I don't know if there's anything from MFK that you can go wrong with in this situation. This just happens to be the one I'm talking about, because I wanted to put my favorite from each type of fragrance here, because it's not about picking a brand. It's not about picking a name. It's about picking the right scent profile for me in this situation. So I picked a variety of scent profiles, my favorite from each profile currently in my collection. And this is currently my favorite amber and vanilla heavy fragrance. It's gorgeous. It's fizzy and slightly effervescent with the benzoin. Really gives it some pop up top. I know that rhymed. It wasn't intentional, but it's very true. It's very fizzy and effervescent up top. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance that's underrated for being a benzoin fragrance and is more heralded for being an amber fragrance. Don't get me wrong, the amber is prominent, but on my skin, it's a benzoin bomb for the first 2 hours, and it's one that I'm strongly considering, and I think you should definitely give it a try. Get a sample, check it out for your next event, because you can't go wrong with Grand Soir. Next, it's just my favorite fougere. Those of you that have been watching me for a while, you know exactly what fragrance I'm talking about, because I always say it's my favorite fougere. It's Scandal Parfum Cologne from Roger Parfums. And look, I only pull it out for situations like this, and if I don't pull it out now, I don't know when the next time I pull it out will be. It's just so damn good. It's that old school type of scent profile with the quality dialed up to 100. It's citrusy fresh up top and extremely herbaceous and spicy. I love that about this fragrance, and it performs. It's loud but not too loud. It's long lasting. It's all day. It's masculine. This just screams man, classy, dressed up, put together man in this bottle. That's how I feel about this fragrance. This is another one that, aside from Zaharoff's, kind of my go-to for serious situations where I know there's going to be a tie on my collar. Anytime there's going to be a tie on my collar, I want to get serious with my fragrance. We're going quality, we're going pronounced. And this is definitely quality and very well pronounced. This smells like a classy guy because it's extremely masculine. And like I said, the quality's next level. It's Roger Parfums, for God's sakes. And this is another one, strong in the runnings. And it'll be a shame if I don't pull it out, because I don't know when the next time I would pull it out. It's going to be at least a month before I'd have another opportunity. So there's a real strong possibility that I go with Scandal Parfum Cologne, because this is my favorite aromatic fougere. Last but not least, this is the oldest bottle in my collection. Not for the amount of time that I've had it, but for the actual age of this bottle. I traced it back to 1993. It's a 1993 batch. It's a vintage bottle of a discontinued classic men's fragrance. It's sandalwood heavy. It's got some orris going for it. It's very, very woody, creamy. It's got a little carnation in it. It's an old school powerhouse type of vibe. It's Tiffany for men. Very old school cologne, but it's not cologne. This is beyond 12 hours with this fragrance. This stuff is outrageous. Nothing's spoiled. Nothing's out of date. It just goes to show what can happen when you use high quality oils and proper storage. This bottle is 17, 18, 19. It's an old bottle right here. So 7, 27, 28. Yeah. 28 years old. This bottle is 28 years old and is not spoiled. I inherited this by chance. It was sitting in a box, in its original box, in another box, in a cool, dry, climate-controlled storage for a long time. One of my former bosses' brother passed away. He gave me a lot of his old Mac stuff, iMacs and things like that, and in one of the boxes with parts was this bottle. I've had it for a few years now. I very seldomly pull this fragrance out, and it might be time, because this is a very, very special event that I can't really discuss right now. Very special event that I'm going to. It might be the perfect time to pull this bottle out, because I guarantee you, nobody around me is going to smell like this, because very few people still have this. You know, it's very old school. Even a partial bottle's $200 these days on eBay. Not easy to get your hands on. I mean, they're out there, but you're going to pay. But I can almost guarantee they weren't stored the way this one was stored. This is a cherishable gem for me. I'll have this bottle forever. I'll never run through it. I'm positive of that. It's only the most special of events where I'm going to pull this out, and it's a woody fragrance. Woody dominated. Very strong sandalwood fragrance. And that's the original Tiffany for men. Well, that's the 10 that I'm trying to decide on for this special event that I have coming up. Just some recommendations I want to discuss with you guys, because this is genuinely what I'm considering for an upcoming special event. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback. Love hearing from you guys. What fragrances do you like to wear for special events, weddings, banquets, things like that? Did any of these pique your interest? There's links for most of these down below to get yourself a nice discount or free gift or Grab a discovery set or a carded sample and check them out for yourself. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of these fragrances and you give them a spray now, you're probably going to thank me later. Have a good one, guys.